Good morning.
Good afternoon.
How you guys doing? Did my thumbnail get your attention? Last time I said something like that, Saskatchewan lost their mind. The comments down below, whoo-wee. Okay, I know, just stop typing, put the keyboard away. Let me explain. But first, let's show you guys the load. Here's our load of bridge sections. There's at least 5 trucks of these. So 3 sections times 5 trucks is what? 15 sections of bridge like this going to Holland, Manitoba. Picked this up in Armstrong, British Columbia, headed to Holland, Manitoba. And we are currently in Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan. Hence why I had to bring up Saskatchewan. But I'll explain what I mean in just a second. And I'll tell you what I said that offended all the... What does this say? No semi-trucks parking. No, I'm not sure if that's meant for the spot I'm parked in, because it's a weird location. Someone's moved it. Maybe I'm not allowed to park where I am. All right. Turn the music down. So we're coming through Moose Jaw here, and they're not allowing us to stay on the highway. We have to follow Route D. So it should be interesting. Oversize must follow Route D. So let's backtrack here a little bit. A couple of months ago, we were talking about traveling Canada, places to stop and see how beautiful Canada was, and I made an offhand comment of, don't worry about Saskatchewan, you can skip that, there's nothing to see there. And everyone living in Saskatchewan in the comments down below, you guys lost your mind. To be fair though, some of you guys had some good comments on cool places to visit in Saskatchewan, like Moose Jaw, the Napoleon Tunnels or whatever. What?
I'm just trying to follow the detour signs when your hand is in my face or something.
Detour sign this way. I'm just going to follow GPS. I've already programmed it in where we're going.
In 400 meters, arrive at 52 North Service Road on the left.
But also, to be fair, a lot of you guys dropped in comments about places that proved me kind of right. Like, you're like, we have potash. I'm like, yeah, but potash is boring.
Arriving at 52 North Service Road on the left.
Follow D. And some comments said, well, if you only judge Saskatchewan on what you saw on Trans-Canada Highway 1, yeah, it might be a bit boring. So guess what? We're leaving Trans-Canada Highway 1 behind us, driving down a road that we've never been on. And the goal is just try to get back to Trans-Canada Highway 1, but the detour is forcing us to take a different road. So let's explore some Saskatchewan off of Trans-Canada Highway 1. If we can ever get onto this road, this should be a 4-way stop. Okay, I won't bore you guys with how long I had to sit and wait here. And we're gonna cut that out. Because, yeesh. "13 kilometers.
Continue on Highway 2.
Route D, 13 kilometers. We gotta go 13 kilometers north. Okay. That'll get us off of Highway 1. What's our speed limit here?
70.
70, 10-4. We got crop, we got grain fields. We've got wheat and canola and mustard and barley. And we got a scale in 1.5 kilometers. Okay. Good thing I checked my load. One of our flags went missing, so I had to replace that.
Smoke kind of lit up as well.
100 kilometers per hour. Yeah, the smoke has backed off a lot. It was really smoky along the Alberta-Saskatchewan border. We had a couple hours of very thick smoke. No lights flashing, which means bypass the scale.
I kind of see it there, but it's not as bad as it was. We are 10.5 feet wide, just a hair under 10.5 feet wide. So we're not that oversized, but we're oversized enough to have to follow special directions. I love the yellow canola, or is that, no, that's got to be oilseed radish. Looking at the plants, not oilseed radish. Mustard seed. It's got to be mustard seed. I think mustard seed on the right and canola on the left. I could be completely wrong. If I am, let me know. Saskatchewan, tune in, let me know. So having said that, guys, now I'm going to give you permission to type on your keyboard. Next time we take our RV or pickup through Saskatchewan, where are the photogenic places to stop? If Saskatchewan is so awesome, where are the photogenic places to stop? Where do I need to take photos and videos to prove how beautiful Saskatchewan is? I mean, this is beautiful in its own way. But you just have hours and hours and hours and hours of exactly this. And then there's hours of worse than this. It's just dead pasture land with nothing growing in it. Where do we need to stop? I know in Alberta you got the Rockies, and in Alberta you got the Badlands, Canadian Badlands, and the dinosaur parks and stuff like that. Where do I go over here? This is flat. This is Assiniboine. This is Manitoba, Red River Basin flat. There we go, Red River Basin flat. This is flat, flat. I always joke that over here, you can see your dog running away from home for 2 days. Because it's that flat. It's looking a little stormy-ish, almost rainish in front of us. It's hard to tell if it's smoke or rain with how...
Yeah. Definitely hard to tell if that's smoke or rain. My GPS is saying no trucks allowed. And my permit and the signing tells me to go this way.
Trucks allowed or not, I'm being told to go this way.
So what is the route number in case people are asking right now?
So we left Trans-Canada Highway 1 and now we are northbound on Highway 2. We're going to turn onto Highway 202 and then start heading back east before turning onto 301?
301, and then go back down to the trans.
All the way back down to Trans-Canada Highway 1. We got to do this huge loop just to bypass that one overpass. If it wasn't for the permit requiring me to take this road, I would have just taken a gravel road around. But the permit requires you to go this way. And if I had taken the gravel road, it would have only been about 5 miles, 4 or 5 miles. But if something had gone wrong in that 4 or 5 miles, some kind of accident, I'd be in jail because I didn't follow my route. So I will follow my route. I'm quite comfortable running on gravel road with a Super Me, but my permit won't allow me. So if we're empty, I would have no problem running that way. But if we were empty, we wouldn't have to detour in the first place.
In 2.5 kilometers, turn right on Highway 202, then take the first left.
So we're headed eastbound from Moose Jaw to Regina. Regina as in the monarchy. It's named after the monarchy. D road maximum height 5 meters. Well, good thing we're not 5 meters. We're just legal height. My smokestacks are 4.05. Maybe a little higher than that. I can't remember. Between 4.05 and 4.1. Somewhere in there.
Turn right on Highway 202, then take the first left.
So that's 13 kilometers north. We have to continue going north a little further, even though we're exiting here.
Highway 202.
Buffalo Pond this direction.
In 100 meters, arrive at Highway 202.
This just looks like a road you don't want to oversize load on.
Yep, this is definitely a narrow road. Turn my beacons on. Not a legal requirement, but this road's narrow enough that I'm going to turn my beacons on.
In 2.5 kilometers, arrive at Highway 202.
Buffalo Pond is 12 kilometers, so yeah, we're not going to make it to Buffalo Pond. This is awesome. This is a narrow road. For a 2-lane road, like, I don't quite fit. I have to run my wheels right on the edge of the pavement so oncoming traffic can get through. So yeah, this is not a load you really would prefer to take a wide load on. Beautiful place though. It's kind of neat going through the fields and having the fields closer to you instead of 500 meters away in a big wide ditch.
Highway 202.
I had to put in a bunch of way markers on the GPS for it to take this route because Garmin goes, "Are you nuts? You don't want to take this route." slow down for oncoming traffic because that shoulder is just nasty. I don't want to be on the edge of that broken up pavement. It's pretty cool though, having that bright yellow field right next to us.
It's the stormy background. Yeah. It's really pretty.
Definitely looks like it's stormy here and then smoky behind it.
Mm-hmm.
Like if this isn't a thumbnail, I'd be surprised. I mean, who knows what thumbnail's gonna win, but...
200 meters, arrive at Highway 202.
Yes, Carmen, give it up. We're getting there. All right,
In
so
400 meters, keep left on Highway 202. Keep left on Highway 202.
left. I don't think so. Carmen, you're drunk. Carmen wants me to go up that triangle and then do a almost hairpin turn at the end. Bad Carmen. Bad Carmen. Barely don't even have painted lines here.
In 7 kilometers, arrive at Highway 202.
So we've probably got about 9 or 10 kilometers to go on this eastbound now before we head back south.
I love your permit. Part of it literally says turn right on unnamed service road. And I was like,
7 kilometers.
Turn right
yeah.
on unnamed service road.
I was like, well, thanks for telling me exactly what road.
Good job, permit. Unnamed service road. Thanks, that's going to be super helpful.
Yeah, we have a whole bunch of special roads in Manitoba to follow as well.
Yep, Manitoba got a unique. It actually adds half an hour to our trip to Manitoba detours.
Yeah, to get around Brandon.
So I know a better way. Just stay on Highway 1 and then head straight south to where we want to go. That's the better way. But the permit people want me to drive through Brandon or around Brandon and then head south to Highway 2. Yeah. Oversized loads, right? What are you going to do?
You're going to go on the detour.
Enjoy the detour?
Yeah, we're just going to go on the detour.
There's a little old church. Must have been an old town here.
So I would rather be doing this. It's fun.
This is fun. Yeah, you're right. It's nice being forced off the main highway. Because the boss would never let us do this waste of fuel looping around like this.
But granted, most people that look at the permit read it.
Fair. While we were stopped there setting up cameras, I watched the oversized load go right by on Highway 1. I'm like, hopefully you don't hit anything, and then hopefully you don't get a ticket.
The
signing is pretty clear. Oversized must go this way.
We're pretty good at like fuel station permits, all that. We'll look into it.
Permits can be complicated, and every province has different rules for oversized. For a regular load, every province pretty much across the board pretty close to the same laws. The second you're not a regular load, everything goes new, different laws. Is this a little pond here? Yeah, both sides have water here. Is this flooded on purpose, or it looks like it has a dike built around it? Is this rice?
I'm like, is it a rice? I can't.
There's definitely a dike built around it.
It's pretty unique.
I'm not quite sure why. Maybe they built a dike around it to keep the pond from spreading into the field. Or it doesn't look like it's rice. So maybe that little, it's not much of a dike. Yeah, you know what, it's not much of a dike. It must just be a pond. Ugh. This road is pretty rough. A little fucking Bronco style of road.
We have cursed the road quite a bit today.
The suspension of the truck's getting a workout. My spine's getting one
Our
too.
back.
1.5 kilometers. Turn right on Highway 301.
Jeez.
So the video's not going to show it.
Sometimes the load cam, like on the trailer, sometimes I can show it, but usually only when I have it much closer to the cab. But yeah, when you have the camera close to the cab, you can see the cab movement versus the load movement, but yeah, this probably won't do it justice on how bumpy this is.
I have a kink in my neck from it.
Okay, it looks like we're exiting here on this corner.
Turn right on Highway 301.
Garmin just added 20 minutes to our trip. RV and boat storage closed.
Continue on Highway 301.
So we have 21 kilometers with us now.
Continue on Highway 301.
Yeah, 21 kilometers till we get to Trans-Canada Highway 1. We're still eastbound. But we're going to be turning southbound here. Detour is halfway done.
I just really wanted to show you guys this canola field.
Well, Jess is going, it's like, where do we shoot videos so we can get some beautiful yellow fields?
That's what we woke up to. We went to bed at like, I don't know, what was it, 1 a.m.?
Yeah. Drove through Calgary over midnight, so yeah.
Around 1 a.m. So it was pitch black, couldn't see what was around. I woke up and I looked outside, I'm like, beautiful yellow fields.
Little river valleys. I was wondering if this would be a up and down type of road where we would gain and lose altitude. But that's pretty flat.
I saw antelope.
I missed the antelope.
I saw coyote. Yesterday I saw elk, mountain goats. I think I saw a moose towards the end. It was how dark.
Too dark to be able to see.
Yeah, but it was pretty tall.
It's either a moose or an elk.
Well, the elk were pretty obviously in a group. The last thing I saw was by itself, like many kilometers later. Lots of solar panels over here.
Oh yeah. Bulk water refill station closed. Everything's closed.
showcase how flat the prairies are, how beautiful it is.
Yes. Prairies are flat. 17 kilometers more southbound here.
And the only trees you see here, we call shelter belts.
Even most of the shelter belts are gone with modern farming techniques. Farmers have stopped planting shelter belts. But around the farmhouses, you still see shelter belts. Yeah?
Yep, on the left and right side, that's the only trees you see, and you can see all the sheds and the farm buildings.
So, when the homesteads were established over here, every farmer built trees around their place because the winter winds can be nasty. So you plant trees around to keep you protected from the winter winds. But also that you would plant all these shelter belts on fields to keep the ground from eroding. Nowadays they just direct seed and you never plow or disc the field, so you don't have that erosion anymore. Unless you disc and plow your fields a lot less than you used to. Less cultivation, less disking. But the crop looks really healthy here. It looks like it's fairly tall. Looks like even the grass in the ditch is looking fairly healthy. I was half expecting to meet an oncoming oversized load.
Yeah, I was like, what's
I wonder
that?
if westbound has to take a different route
Hopefully, 'cause I don't think it's wide enough for both.
for two oversized loads
Yeah.
to meet on this. Very rough road. Look how much it's blown out on the other shoulder there. 8-mile road.
8
So-
miles to where?
Yeah, who knows? When they first surveyed these, when settlers came in here and settled the land, they literally had chains. And with these chains, they would mark off sections of land into quarter-mile sections. So every mile there's a road. We call them mile roads. So Manitoba, Saskatchewan, a lot of Alberta, we have a lot of mile roads. So
You know where I grew up though? We had mile roads.
oh yeah, yeah.
I like
Part of
1 mile,
that
2
same-
mile, 3 mile, like
Yeah. So every mile there's a road, and most of the time, every half mile, there's a small little dirt track. Sometimes it's still a road that goes through. Sometimes it's just a little, like this right here. Sometimes it's just two driveways going out between two fields. So often they're still half-mile roads. Jess is turning the heat back up, getting cold.
Yeah. Story of our life right now. Cold, you're hot. You're hot, I'm cold.
Yeah, that's about right.
And I'll let you know what to look for. Every tree has.
And the other thing, here in the prairies, farmers will just bale the ditches. There's no rule to whose ditch you bale. They just go along and cut the grass and bale those ditches. I don't know if there's ever a fight over which ditch you're allowed to bale, but farmers bale the ditches all the time.
It's a lot of silos.
Cut the grass down and windrow it and Bale the ditches. Plant crops on the fields, but your ditch is your hay for winter. As well. Often you see two homesteads across from each other. So here's not a mile road. In fact, a lot of places you'll see homesteads, 4 homesteads all together in one corner. They're all built close together. Most of those homesteads are gone, but back in the day, there would be a homestead on every quarter mile block. So in a 1 mile by 1 mile square, you'd have 4 homesteads.
Yellow, just so visually pleasing.
It is a beautiful time of year to come through here.
I don't like to see sunflower fields, but those are fun when you see them too when they're starting to go. They're really pretty.
Yeah, we were debating where do we shoot this video for you guys. It's like maybe Medicine Hat, and then Jess is like, what about on the Detour? I'm like, yes, the Detour is a great idea. That way we don't just see 4-lane highway the whole time. The Detour is a great idea.
See how many times this road has been patched. It's like, it's seen better days.
Pretty nasty road, yeah. Quite a few Meridian grain storage bins.
Is that an airport?
That is an airport. Yeah, it totally is. Yep.
Looking at it right now.
Yep, there's a small, is that a Cessna style size? Looks like a Cessna-ish plane right there taking off right now. I see some crop dusters parked in the background too. Interesting that there's an airport here in the middle of nowhere. Moose Jaw Municipality Airport. This is Moose Jaw Airport. Wow. A little bit out of town it is. A little bit out of town. And they had skydiving and all that stuff signing as well. Prairie skydiving is pretty popular. Maybe that's something I could do someday when we visit the prairies. Make that a video, skydive.
Yeah. I would love to say I would do it, but I probably won't do it till you did it the first time.
No, it's terrifying.
Yeah, so then...
And the chances of dying are not zero.
I probably would do a hot air balloon before I did skydiving.
Yeah, hot air balloon would be fun too. You're gonna get to turn before I get there, or okay, we're good. Hey, we're almost there. Almost back to Trans-Canada Highway 1.
Electricity plant? There's a lot of electricity poles, hydro poles.
It could just be a transfer station. Could be for Moose Jaw. Could be there.
Yeah.
There are a lot of hydro poles there. I call them hydro poles. I guess power poles. A lot of power poles, electricity poles. Canadians call them hydro poles because our electricity comes mostly from hydro dams.
In 1.5 kilometers, take the exit on the right to Highway 1 east toward Regina.
Regina. That's what Carmen said. As Canadians pronounce it, Regina. I don't know if these lights are accurate. Only gotta double check, make sure there's no train coming.
It's been a while since I've seen the D sign to make sure you're still on the track.
Yeah, that's true.
To Highway 1 east toward Regina.
You're not oversized. Oh, you're not. You're coming from the south. Never mind. Oh, that was fun.
I enjoyed that.
It was rough and bumpy, but that took half an hour longer. Almost half an hour longer. That was because that was basically added an extra what? 40 kilometers? A little less than 40 kilometers to the run. Instead of 10 kilometers, we drove 50 kilometers, give or take.
You guys will see it on the map, I do.
Continue on Highway 1.
I remember this valley. Now I know what's outside of this valley. That was kind of fun. That definitely broke up the monotony of Saskatchewan for sure.
I mean, this is still better than Nebraska's cornfields.
True, yes. Yeah, that gets old pretty quick. Regina, 62 kilometers, so a little over half an hour away. Perfect. We'll fuel up there, get some DEF, and then we're set for the rest of the day. Probably stop in Brandon, Manitoba after that for fuel top-off before headed to our destination, Holland, Manitoba. Is that a mini golf place up there? That looks like a mini golf place.
It does.
That's kind of neat. Yep, mini golf. Canada's longest mini golf. I wanna do Canada's longest mini golf.
I want to do that too, but then I also want to be making the even longer one.
Call it Canada's longer than longest golf course.
We have the mountains to do it. And so this is actually going to work out for us to see some family friends. Looking forward to that.
Yep, so they can't unload us tomorrow. We're gonna get there tomorrow at around noon. They had some trouble with the crane. So we're gonna go see some friends. They're gonna come pick us up. We'll hang out the afternoon. Go to DJ's Family Restaurant in Winkler and have the thinnest pizza ever. It is like cardboard thin crust pizza. It's the best tasting cardboard I've ever eaten.
You've never eaten regular cardboard? Just asking.
I don't remember eating regular cardboard. But
Okay.
nonetheless.
But yeah, we're basically gonna be back where you had high school.
Yeah.
Kind of, sorta.
Basically home.
Yeah.
Pretty close to home.
I'm gonna see two of your high school best friends. So.
I would love to invite more family and friends. It's like we only have one evening. I can only catch up with so many people. Let's
Yeah.
not invite too many people.
But how cool is it that this random load for a bridge brings you that close?
Yeah. And then it works out that we have a whole afternoon off. Yep.
This happened one other time. It's like, hey, wanna go to Manitoba? And it's like literally
Well,
where your
he
cousins live.
that time was Winnipeg. It's like, you wanted to do a load to deliver to Winnipeg? I'm like, yeah, sure. And then you read it, and you read the town, the village name. It's like, wait, that's not Winnipeg. That's an hour and a half from Winnipeg, and literally a mile from where my cousins live.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, we'll take that load for sure. We're very happy to take that load.
This one's about an hour away, but I mean, close
Yeah, right now we're
enough.
an hour away, so it's a little more than a mile, but it's an hour away from my friend's place. But an hour is close enough.
You get paid to drive all the way there, and you get to see them.
Yep. So I remember driving through here years ago. It's got to be like 17, 20 years ago, driving through here. And these trees on the left and right were a solid line.
Like, you mean more
A
trees?
solid shelter belt.
Okay.
There, you couldn't see the fields. It was just tree on tree on tree on tree. You could see most of them have died.
Yeah, there's that many trees.
There used to be a shelter belt that went all the way along, tree on tree. And there's just these little sections that are left. Speaking of potash, I don't think you guys can see it, but to the left is a huge factory. And if the lighting was right, you would see huge yellow mounds of potash.
But seeing potash is flammable, combustible.
Potash is combustible?
Isn't it a fertilizer?
Potash is a fertilizer.
So
I never thought of it as combustible.
for me, where I was going with this, I think it has to be that far off the highway for hazmat reasons.
I never thought of it as potash. I don't know if that's...
Or maybe the factory itself. I don't know.
That's just where the mine is. I could be wrong, but I never thought of potash as any kind of hazardous.
Okay. Yeah, I could be wrong too. I don't know.
But basically, Saskatchewan fertilizes the Western world. This fertilizer gets sent out to Europe and Asia, and all of Canada and US gets fertilized from these potash factories here, these potash mines.
The train track's probably over that way too, right?
Yep.
I've seen a few trains, but yeah, as far away, can't see it right now.
Belle Plaine Mine. Huge mine over there on the left-hand side. Is that what the actual scientific name is for potash? Calcium? Wouldn't surprise me. It sounds right.
I really don't know, but I'll see if I can look it up.
Looks like they're building another huge building there. I don't know what that's going to be for.
Potassium chloride, potassium sulfate, potassium.
So that calcium is kind of neat. Hey, we're gonna get a viewpoint because we're gonna have to drive over the railroad.
Potassium oxide is called potash.
What's calcium?
I have to try to figure out how to spell that again.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Oh, but I'm going to. Yeah, calcium potash.
Calcium is potash, okay?
No, it's a type of potash.
A type of potash.
There's so many different types of it. It's actually the name of a company, I think.
Name brand.
Yeah.
See, we got a nice viewpoint of the flat. Lots and lots of flat. Guess this is the town of Belle Plaine. Big billboard. Unsafe job, get a union. Huh, that's not strategically placed between a huge mine and between the huge city of Regina. That's not, some union wouldn't place their sign right between that. That would never happen. I suspect the mine is not unionized. I've never worked under a union, so I don't know. I've heard horror stories and also great things about unions, so. This job is every man for himself, but you pretty much just, everybody gets paid the same. If it's your first day working or you've been doing the job for 20 years, you get paid the same rate. There's a train coming, a nice long grain train on the left-hand side. Shame we're kind of pulling away from the railroad, but it would be cool to show you guys how long the trains get here in the prairies.
Yeah, they just keep going and going and going.
And that is, oh, that's potash cars, really short cars. They got 3 hoppers, some have 4 hoppers, but they're short cars, so that's potash, not grain. So that's headed to the potash mine right now. So that's probably even a short train just getting shunted over to the mine. Look at those grain carts, huge grain carts, big John Deere. I love farmland.
I like visiting, but then I miss mountains.
Yeah, You're right. Visiting farmlands for a few months would be okay.
Months.
11 months is too long. For a few weeks would be fine.
Yeah, that's better.
But living here is a... I think you can't enjoy the beauty of the farmlands if you live it day in, day out, day in, day out.
Okay, the flies, mosquitoes, and mosquitoes.
What about the beautiful red-winged blackbirds that we just saw?
I can get those in Michigan where there's forest and a little bit of farmland. I know we might even have those in the mountains somewhere.
Yeah, we got blackbirds. I've never seen red-winged blackbirds. Here you get the red-winged blackbirds.
The bird I miss the most is the cardinals. Those have a lot of special meanings. I miss them.
You got blue jays though too, right?
Eastern blue jay, yeah, we get those.
I know in Ontario we would get the blue jays.
Baltimore Orioles, I really like those too. There's certain birds we just don't get in where we live in
Western
Okanagan.
Canada, yeah. Still looks stormy on the left-hand side.
It does. I always like when we went to Belize because we always got the birds that migrate, birds that we would never see. We just migrated down there and it's really cool.
So pickup, that truck in front of me is going the same speed I am. We're very close. So what was the point of merging in onto this side? You're just going to merge to the left lane right away anyway, without signaling. Kind of called that.
And it's starting to look behind us too.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely stormy up that way.
It's kind of stormy over to the right hand side too. We'll see.
So yeah, tomorrow will be pretty much a day off for us.
And then it looks like a maybe sort of reload. We're not sure yet, but he's looking.
He said he was looking for reloads because he's got 3 of us down here. See if all 3 of us get a reload. Jess is going to stay home this week.
That was, yeah.
She heard Manitoba and she goes, hold up, I can change my plans.
See, if it's early enough, I can do that. But if it's last minute, then I'm like, no, I can't. The dentist will frown at me if we do that. I mean, they probably don't care, but I do, because then I have to reschedule it.
It's 21 kilometers. Till what?
Continue on Highway 1.
Is that Regina? Yeah, that'd be a Regina.
Only you could usually see it by now. I'm not kidding, like you could see it. Skyscrapers. It should be in the background, but it might be too smoky.
I did see on the map that there's a new bypass around Regina.
Yeah, I thought last time they were building it when we were around it. Can't quite remember.
This Trans-Canada Highway 1 now loops around a lot further south. Except our fuel station is on the inside ring road.
The other one's way up north.
we're gonna need fuel, so
Yeah. Like, there's only 2 spots for us.
I'm just debating, is it worth going around and backtracking? Two?
I might see that.
Is that card lock or huh?
In the background, way in the background, are those city skyscrapers in the background?
I don't see them.
On the horizon?
I don't see them.
I've done this a couple times. So I'm like, I think you can see 24 kilometers away.
What do we do, guys? Stay on Trans-Canada or take the old Trans-Canada highway? What time? It's 6 p.m. here. So rush hour should be over, right?
I don't know. It's possible that it's winding down.
Because if rush hour's over, it might be worth just taking the inside ring road. If we don't think rush hour is going to be over, then it'd be worth doing the detour. I don't think I've ever taken the detour, the new highway.
I can't recall.
I remember it being under construction still last time we came through here, which is years ago now.
Trying to see a header.
I can't decide. We've got 14 kilometers to decide. 13 kilometers.
You know, somebody in the future is telling you right now what we should be doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oversized load. I think I should go around. Just for that fact. Although it is a big highway going into town too. But there are smaller surface roads, the last section there.
Yeah, those are definitely city buildings.
Yeah, I think we're gonna go around. That's I got 12 kilometers to change my mind.
Definitely more stormy.
I wouldn't mind another rainfall over here. The farmers definitely don't want a heavy rainfall. They want their crops to stay upright. A heavy rainfall with wind would actually be very bad for the crop right now. And this is right around tornado season. So that'd be cool if we got a serious thunderstorm come through for us. The farmers would not think that'd be cool at all. For us to experience it, it would be pretty neat.
I love when you find the old buildings in the
The old
Canola.
homesteads, yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I was stopped there in a personal vehicle. Stormy background
Let's have
canola.
photos, yeah.
Yeah.
Bright yellow field, stormy background, yeah. good photo. I agree. The field is just glowing yellow.
The darker the background gets, man. So you see the city buildings now.
Yeah, I see city building on the left there.
I saw those way back there.
I don't see the iconic Regina skyscrapers. I mean, Regina doesn't have very big skyscrapers. Saskatchewan population is pretty low.
There you go, insulting everybody again.
No, it really is. I mean, Manitoba population is just slightly bit bigger, but for the size of Saskatchewan, the population is pretty darn small. The highest population is Ontario, and then you got Quebec, and then you got BC, Alberta, Manitoba, and then Saskatchewan. And then most of the rest of the provinces are small provinces like Nova Scotia, New Brunswick, Newfoundland, PEI, Northwest Territories is huge, but that population's pretty low. The Yukon Territory is fairly big, very low. Nunavut is pretty big, very low population, but if Saskatchewan comes from all the big provinces, not counting the territory, Saskatchewan is the biggest province with the lowest population. Most people live in Ontario. 60?
Trying to get photos of a
Stormy?
stormy look. I don't think it worked though.
But like Ontario's got, what, 15,000 people live, 15? Hang on, what was that's 15 million, there we go, 15 million, not thousand, 15 million, while Saskatchewan has just over 1 million. Manitoba's close to Saskatchewan, just over 1 million as well. So what do we got going on here? Looks like we're working on the inside shoulder. I don't know if they're adding a lane or just adding a wider turn lane shoulder from that on ramp, off ramp, or that intersection. The storm's definitely gathering. It's a pretty cool day, so I don't think we're gonna get a thunderstorm, but not oversized, I would drive through, take the old Trans-Canada, take the old ring road, but since we are oversized, I'll take the new highway. And I've never been on the new highway, so that'll be a neat, unique experience as well. Storm coming in is pretty neat. got a bunch of bugs on the outside cameras, but I won't know until I pick up the cameras.
In 2.5 kilometers, take exit 258B on the left toward East Regina.
I don't think I'm going to do that, Garmin. I'm going to look at the road signs here and see which route I want to actually be on. Global Transportation Hub, 2 kilometers. This is a scale. Rolling scale. Let me have a scale up ahead. Did they build a scale into the new section of highway? Alright, so the ring road straight. Okay, we're gonna stick to the right. Sorry Garmin, you're gonna have to recalculate.
Take exit 258B on the left toward East Regina.
I don't see any of this on the radar.
No?
No.
Continue on
Well, this is the second
258B.
time in this video I can say I've been on a road that I've never been on before.
Be careful, it might be setting a record.
GPS has recalculated and added like 4 minutes to the trip, so GPS says this route is 4 minutes slower. That's not too bad. And then I avoid the heavy traffic.
And you get to look like you're just going to the storm. Look at that.
The grain truck goes. That truck's catching up with me and he's gonna pass me. And I know that lane ends, so I'm gonna preemptively get in that other lane. Run this road a little more than I do because I've never been on here. It took them years to build this road. Looks like it just dips a mile south and then goes back up.
Built
The black
together.
trailer and the contrast, that's pretty neat.
It got really dark.
Got really dark. Because I've never been on this highway doesn't mean it's a brand new highway. It's not brand new anymore. It's just been that many years since I've come this way. Now it looks like it goes way around the outskirts of the city. Way around. I guess they built it way further out than needed. That way it allows the city to grow into
Yeah.
that space. Winnipeg did the same thing and that's pretty much filled in.
A few other cities I wish they would have done that. Would have had better road planning.
Yep, plan a ring road way early. There's some ring raindrops.
So when you see a bunch of silos like that,
Yeah.
is that like a silo shelter belt?
No, that's just a farmer.
So why wouldn't you invest in one or two bigger ones? Is basically.
So the question is, why would you buy 20 Meridian silos or grain silos instead of a couple of big silos? Price. As you grow your farm, these are pre-manufactured in a factory. They get delivered and plopped onto a cement floor. Price, it is cheap, and you slowly keep adding more as you can afford them through the years, because on a farmer, you're a pretty tight budget.
Yeah.
Look at that big pit.
In 2.5 kilometers, take exit 247 on the
I wonder
right
what that pit's
to Highway
for.
6.
like
I wonder if that was for building the
Left.
overpass.
Maybe I'm like, it
Needed
doesn't
dirt for the overpass?
seem very natural, right?
Nope. That's probably a hole they dug to build the overpass. And maybe over time it's going to fill up with water. Carmen, I'm not going to do that. What? Are you cold? Then adjust. Didn't you just turn it colder?
No, I turned it
Turn it
warmer.
warmer. We'll turn it a little more
I was
warmer.
like, I think you turned it down again. I don't know.
Turn it a little more warmer then.
Put in a request. Next vehicle, next truck has to have dual control.
Take exit 247 on the
Climate
right to
controlled
Highway
truck.
6. Then
I've never
left.
heard of a climate controlled big rig, but I bet ya Volvo or Mack or maybe Man makes a climate controlled truck.
I have a solution that I have to get the yarn for, but I'm gonna crochet some leg warmers. That should help.
That should help ya.
It's less likely to get really dirty, like a blanket, and less constricting about
Left to
moving
Highway
and
6. Then take the first left.
Rerouted at the same time. Why would I take extra corners, Carmen? It takes the same amount of time to just stay on this highway.
Taking on Highway 1.
and it feels like nobody's on this highway.
No, so there's probably a good call to go around this way. The main highway, I remember the traffic jams on the main highway that we used to be on. And that's probably the right call to make. And then we should maybe on the way back home do the math, go from Brandon to Swift Current. Can we make that run on one fuel, tank of fuel? And then we wouldn't even have to detour into here to fuel up. I honestly forgot about the new highway around here.
I remembered, but I was like, we'll deal with it when we get here. Which is what we're doing.
We're just looping around. The city kind of just stays on our left side. Carmen seems to be giving the right directions now. cameras are starting to flash red. So I think once we make it off of this highway and start going back into just backtracking a little bit here, we'll call it a day. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Saskatchewan, did I make up for my comment a couple months ago, or did I just make it worse? Here's another scale. Rolling scale. Interesting. 2 rolling scales.
That's like the new thing though. 'Cause then they can wait up ahead and pull you over.
Pull you over if someone is way overweight, yeah?
Yeah, because they have that on 5A now when you have bike cameras.
Yeah.
They have one of those. Everybody else would be taking the stuff away to the scale. Right.
I imagine that they could probably go after the really big ones. Like, no, you were not even close to being legal weight. You're way over. We're gonna wait and set someone up at the bottom of that hill and pull you in. Yeah. Or just make a note of you where you are and wait till next time you pass the scale, and we'll have our license plate readers acknowledge, hey, that's the person that was way overweight last time. Let's pull them in. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Very, very, very different. Friday's video will be very, very different too, although I'm not sure exactly what it will be, but it'll be out here in the prairie somewhere. Motorcycles use extreme caution. Grooved pavement.
I don't know how you can have a motorcycle over in Saskatchewan.
Yeah, you're not carving much for corners. I mean, you go fast.
Yeah, but
you
the
go
bumps.
very, very fast.
I'm saying for the bumps.
The bumps, yeah, true too. Fair enough. There's not much for carving corners over here on motorcycles. You see a lot less motorcycles though too.
Oh yeah.
Like in the Okanagan, there's motorcycles all over the place carving corners. Here, yeah, not so much. See, there's houses out here already all the way up to this part.
Mm-hmm.
On the eastern end of Regina. Sure is nice to go through a major city and not have hardly any traffic at all.
Oh, we enjoyed that about Calgary last night at midnight.
At first I'm like, we're gonna stop over here at this scale before Calgary, and then I'm like, well, we didn't start driving until 9 a.m. We have the hours to just keep driving.
Take exit 234 on the right toward West Regina.
Or you can just drive right through midnight and then get through Calgary. Instead of, that's cool. There's a container port over here,
Yeah.
switching containers from semi-trailers to trains. But driving through Calgary at midnight the traffic's pretty dead. So far we've avoided all the big city crazy traffic. we were continuing east without fueling up, we would stay to the left here, but we're going to exit here, head into town just a little way, fuel up, and then turn around and head back.
Take exit 234 on the right toward West Regina.
Pickup's a little bit slow, but I didn't want to pass them and then turn off. You know, like everybody else does on me. We are turning west.
In 2 kilometers, turn left on Victoria Avenue East.
It's kind of fun. Huh? 80, thanks. We'll let the hill take all the speed out. Alright, for now, thank you guys again so much for all your support. We are gonna bail out of here. You guys absolutely rock.
Adios.